Well,
Yeah,
I've
I've
been
heard
not.
that many times.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
I have
Okay.
strong sun in me,
There you
so
go.
yeah, you'll be hot. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Either that or I'm going through menopause, as my wife tries to
You
tell me.
menopause and Minuty pause. This is Minuty pause.
I've been getting overheated quite a bit, though, the last 2-3 weeks. Okay, so we are live on the Facebook pages. They're loading up. YouTube loading up. Want to welcome the light stream live broadcasting group that we're now
Hi, Jesse.
broadcasting
Oh,
in. Oh, we got. Let me see. Let me put
people popped in already.
the chat on. Okay, yeah, Jesse May's in the house. Allison from
That's
New
my
York.
babe.
All right, we'll be right back. Your mic's going to be hot. We're going to play a quick intro, allow people time to come in, and let me just kind of work this through the network. Todd Medina, Soldier One Studios. What's going on here? Democracies, aristocracies, oligarchies, monarchies, hierarchies, presidents, and popes. What's the real dope? What's this all about? Faith, hope, doubt? That's all that earth stuff, man. I am a multi-dimensional, high-vibrational, evolutionary being, and I'm tired of hiding it. I am soul. I don't care who or what tried or is trying to deceive us. Call it the devil or another's Messiah, prophet, or God. It's all the same to me. Whoever they are, they can never take our souls, and that's when we came here to learn. From the burn of being wrong, denying who we are, taking orders, lawless laws, a branded existence, but not anymore. I am divinity. Yeah. All right. The power we hold to mold the future, heavenly nirvana. From the inside, present, eternal. It's time to be a bolder flame. The game isn't the same. We are the spirit science synthesis, the action of conscious thought, alignment, transmuting to a living wisdom. Yeah. No longer dreaming the life, I am living the dream. We're just mixing in something a little bit different on a Monday morning. We're all trying to get the week off started right. Thank you for all your continued love and support and contributions. It allows us to keep doing this by the seat of our pants every day, but that is the 5D way. You never have money in your savings account. You just wake up knowing that the universe is going to reciprocate your good efforts from the intentions of your heart, the heart of your intentions. We have a beautiful, beloved sister who's joining us today. I've never met her, and in the perfect soulogy style, we're going to get to know each other in front of all of our brothers and sisters. So please welcome Kimrah Minuty. I think I got that right, and I always mess people's names up. But
Nope.
it's a pleasure to meet you, and I'm looking forward to the next hour. Thank you for coming in and honoring us with your presence and sharing space with us.
Thank you for having me, Todd. I'm so excited to be on here, and it's a blessing to be in your space and to help us all raise the vibration here on this planet, because obviously that's what we're doing. And I just want to say that it's so funny you said that all of us 5Ders are out here running by the seat of our pants, knowing the universe is going to take care of us, because on Friday I was homeless and I moved into a place on Friday. Yeah.
That's how it works, man.
I knew I was going to find a place, but here's the thing, like, people don't understand faith, you know? And when you don't have faith and you don't understand that the universe will support you when you go down the pathway that you're supposed to, you're scared and you won't do the things that you're supposed to do. And I was in a toxic environment, and it was time to just do what I had to do. And so my spirit guides were like, get the fuck out. And I was like,
We're going to get along. We're going to get along just fine.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have anything prepped for that. I thought I had like 6 more months. You know, I was planning to like move out in December, and the universe was like, nope, it's Lionsgate time.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. So
Rip the Band-Aid off, man.
Yeah, listen, Lionsgate is my favorite and least favorite, most transformational. Period.
Yeah.
You know, so every year they rip the Band-Aid off and they're like, hey, time to fly. And I'm like, for real? They're like, yeah, no, for real. Out the nest. And so here we are. I'm perfectly placed in a place that I had no idea I needed to be. And I am so blessed, like so blessed. And if you look, I've got all these light orbs behind me. I didn't even do that on purpose. They're just here. So,
yeah, that's your team, man. That's it.
Yeah, my team is
the real deal.
out of control. They love me, and I'm
It's
blessed.
the real deal.
After
It's the real
that.
deal. So I don't know if you know my background. I'm not. It's not about me, but I just want to make a point about what you said about faith. So when I woke up 9 years ago, I decided after 5 weeks of locking myself in my room as the whole world fell apart, I decided to go hit the streets and not take any help from anyone and just get out there because this stuff was coming in like a lot of us when we wake up. But I called it a spirit walk. It was a 2-year spirit walk, and certainly in the first 7 months, all I did every day was walk in the summer and Houston's humidity. And all I was told over and over again was every step is a step in faith, and that faith is not a noun. Faith is a transitive verb to trust and believe. And that's it. And so I realized that there was a symbiotic relationship between a higher level of faith and a level or an expansion of my soul. They go one and one, the more soul, the more faith, the more faith, the more soul. So I get what you're saying. And I think one thing that I love about this program is talking about real-time intel. Nothing is more real-time to me. Nothing's a higher download, activation, channeling, transmission than somebody laying it on the line. This is what just happened to me, just like you just did right now. But I'm curious.
I'm not topless, Remy.
Yeah, that must
Everybody
be a friend of yours.
It's a Florida.
That would have been a soulogy first. I have showed my ass a few times, but that's another story. So I mean, this is where we're all coming to, regardless of where we are in our own minds in terms of our level of expansion, or less, which is more something that comes up more often is like, oh my God, look at her, look at him. They're like floating, they're walking on water, not getting their ankles wet. Yet they're still going through the same thing. And this is what I love about powerful people, especially people that put themselves out there, because they do take a risk. And when they come in the door here and they're so authentic, I know that word's getting overused, but raw. I like the word raw. And so, like what was happening? Did you have any idea? Did it happen instantaneously?
No.
Did you cry? Did you end up in a fetal position? Did you doubt? Did you curse the universe?
I'm past that. I actually had if I had gone to a regular doctor, they might have found heart attack stuff in my blood because I had a heart attack of epic proportions. Wow. It was the most deeply unrooting of a root that needed to be ripped out. And it's so difficult to talk about because I love my mother, but she is the toxic bloodline that I'm healing and that I'm transmuting in this lifetime. And she actually doesn't even have any awareness of what she's done to me. And so I just hold her in a compassionate space of love, and I don't fuck with her at all. But the truth is that she hurt me deeply, and it caused multiple issues in my life. I've been raped, I've been beaten, I've been abused, I've been on the streets multiple times. I've had no decent amount of financial stabilization, because when you have root chakra and sacral chakra issues, you can't keep money, and you can't keep jobs, and you can't keep any fucking thing. Like it's disturbing. And when you have sexual trauma, it affects everything in your life. So you can pretend you're good, but it's going to keep rearing its ugly head. And so the long story short is that karmically, my mom like flushed me down the toilet karmically. And so I had to come back from that. And I was in so much denial and so much strength of my own. I was trying to heal her, and I couldn't do it. And it just broke me. Literally, it broke me. And I had to leave the house. And my guides knew it was breaking me. Like legit, they were like, look, bitch.
Yeah, that's how they talk to me.
They're like, look, bitch, you can't say it all, okay? Just put it down. Put it the fuck down and let's go. And so they literally tricked me out of my home. Tricked me. Because I wanted to leave my home to do simple stuff like this. I wanted to craft, right? So I make whatever. I make whatever my mind wants to make. These are oyster shell meditation pods. Okay. Yeah. So I make whatever I want whenever I want to, except I couldn't make anything, Todd. I couldn't make anything. I couldn't breathe. I was injuring myself day in and day out. I kept getting into car accidents. I kept making shitty decisions. And so I was like, I'm going to go to a hotel so I can craft in peace because I can't seem to get any work done around here, right? And then this is where we get to the fetal position point. So I go to the hotel and I'm like, okay, great. I finally get some good rest. I wake up the next morning. And I walk into the room. My husband's like, I'm going to need to talk to you later. And I'm like, oh, God, family. I'm like, domestic squabble. I don't want to hear it. I'm like, right? So then I get into the room and I realize that there is no energy touching me. Nothing. A void. And in that moment, I lost my shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I lost my shit. I was like, I am being literally physically, spiritually, emotionally attacked on a constant basis. And I had been attacked for so long, I couldn't even recognize it. You know, it's that boiling frog thing. If you put a frog into a pot of water and it's cold and you slowly turn the temperature up 1 degree, the frog will never jump out. It'll just boil to death. And that's what was happening. I was literally boiling myself to death in a place that was so toxic. And it was because you're hardwired to love your parents, period. End. And I'm a freaking ball of love. And I'm so fucking stupidly kind that people take advantage of me all the time. And I'm learning that as I shift from being an empath to a compath to come from a place of compassion where I don't drop my vibration. I just love you from way the fuck up here. Like, we're not coming down for you. Sorry. God looks forward and I'm following him. The end. You know? And so I left the house and I had nowhere to go and I had no plan and I had no cash really. I had enough cash, but not to be in and out of hotels ad nauseum. You know what I mean? I didn't have money for 3-4 weeks of hotels. I wasn't prepared. I just went to craft. I just want to make some shit.
Right on.
That didn't work. And I coach my clients. I'm an ascension coach. I coach people on self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. And I had told my dad 2 days before I left, I said, Daddy, I love you. I can't ignore her. It's not going to fucking happen. Like, you have a special gift. That's why you can, not me. Okay. I was like, but I can't sit here and tell my clients not to fucking have bullshit come into their lives. Yeah. And then I got to walk the walk and talk the talk. The end. Spirit says, jump. I say, okay. I don't even ask how high. I just fucking jump. I just be like, well, that's that. You know, and people are like, how do you do that? Because they have never steered me wrong.
Right.
Like you said 9 years ago, you went on a spirit walk. So you were a year earlier than me on your awakening. I awakened in 2012 because back then I was a pagan white witch and I was opening portals. I didn't even know I was opening portals. I literally turned my kitchen stove, it was a Dutch oven, a double Dutch oven, into the biggest cauldron a person's ever seen. And it was sick. I can't, up until 2 years ago, I couldn't even cook. I can cook some magic for sure.
Where are you from? Where do you live? What part of the country?
I'm in Florida. I was born in Massachusetts. So technically I'm a Salem witch by bloodline. So my birthday is November 13th. I was born with 6 fingers. This is my gimp thumb, where they chopped off my other thumb so that I could blend in, you know, which was smooth. I needed to blend in. I don't blend in. So
no, you're not going to blend in.
No, they should have just left the finger. It would have been fine. Like,
what part of Florida are you in? South Florida?
I'm in Volusia, so Deltona right now by the beach.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So I was inland in Orlando, which is hell. And I wanted to go south because I thought that was the beach. But I was so in my own head, I couldn't get where I needed to go. And so this whole time, I was in the wrong fucking place. So my guides were like, screw you, you're an idiot. Put this down. Stop that. Stop dealing with them. Close this stuff. Screw your mom. Get out here and get on the road. I said, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Was this easy? Hell no. I had to split my whole family up. I have my daughter in one place. I have my husband in one place, and I'm out here in the breeze.
Yeah.
You know? So I went from there to a friend's house. I went to a friend's house who always nurtures my broken heart. Always. It's such a blessing when you have people who are clutch and will just let you come rest with them.
Yeah.
And so when I couldn't deal with having to take my daughter back to her grandparents' house, because I was like, I can't be separated from my child. I'm just like losing my shit. I was like, can I please just come stay at your house for a few days so I don't have to take my baby back? I was like, I just want to spend time with my daughter, you know? And she was like, yeah, come on. So 3 days, weeding and gardening and walking and playing with butterflies. These are the things I like to do. You know, I like to be outside in nature, just hanging out with nature because that's the best. Where else would you want to be? It's 105 degrees in Florida today, but fuck it. I'll be outside. You know, and I went and I stayed there and nourished my heart. And by going to her house, which was actually north, everything that I thought I wanted, I found everything I needed. Everything. And I knew it was there. I just had to get out of my own fucking way.
Yeah.
And I thought that the other things that I was doing was the correct thing, but I couldn't see it. Like, you know, you have to understand, like, Source has a global perspective, and we in our avatars as you know, these beings, when we get sucked into this little body, we think that the body is just everything. No, fuck the body ain't nothing. This is just your temporary avatar, and you should be able to direct it. Otherwise, you're going to screw yourself. You can direct this avatar to do whatever you want, as long as you recognize you can do so. Yeah. So I'm a massive healer. I healed my back. I had 3 herniated discs in my neck, 3 herniated discs in my lower back. I had arthritis in both shoulders, arthritis in both hips, arthritis in both knees. Okay? I can walk, I can run, I can ride a bike, I can swim in the ocean and not get tired. It only took 3 years. Why? Because I was willing to listen to spirit. I was willing to put shit in. I was willing to buy shit that made no sense, like this $40 crystal. Like, when you're broke and you spend $40 on crystals, people are going to look at you like you're crazy. But you know what? This crystal heals my damn back.
Yeah.
Period. I live with this crystal on me at all times. Like, I just take it with me anywhere. And at one point when my sensitivity was getting crazy, I would put it on my head so that people's crap would not attack me. I'd be like, oh, you're hurting me. I'm like, what are you saying? Ooh. Ooh.
So you chose yourself.
Always and every day.
One of the things that I think is really starting to pop out now is
it's a blue kyanite, Angela, if you're wondering. It's a blue kyanite. This is great for bones, guys. Great for bone work. If you got bone problems, if you've got this is great for clarity and realigning your chakras immediately. And you can actually pass this crystal to other people and it won't take their energy. So it's a great crystal. So when I go talk to people, they have issues. I'm like, here, why don't you hold this? And they'll be like, for what? I'm like, don't worry about it, just hold it. Their anxiety will drop off and they won't feel crappy as hell. And they'll be able to open up and speak about what's hurting them. And that's extremely important. Because if you can't talk about what's hurting you, you can't heal it. You're in denial. And that's not a river in Egypt. It's a place that you live and fuck off on. Okay? Like, that's what it is. You know?
I'm digging this, man. Happy hour's coming early this week.
Yeah. Listen, I'm always joyful. Always. Because that is your purpose. Your purpose is to be joy. And if you can't be joy, please be love. And if you can't be love, please be peace. But you got to heal stuff before you can come to that level of clarity and understand that, yeah, you're out in the wind dragging through processing. Like, don't get me wrong. It was rough.
Yeah, you got to admit it, I think is the big thing. Because I watch it on this show. You know, I watch it on the show in different ways, but just from personal experience and observing others in the work I do too, you have to admit it. You know, and man, it's getting loud now, especially in the light worker community, the ascension communities, whatever you want to call it. But there sure is a lot of explanation going on. There's a lot of substantiation, rationalization. And I'm thinking to myself, the universe told me this again 8-9 years ago. One of the things they told me was, when you talk all that, who are you trying to convince, them or you?
But true.
That's true. Because I want to tell this story and tell you who I am, we've got to talk. Yeah, the throat chakra is really coming out now, especially with the divine feminine in all of us, the part that was suppressed. But what I love about your story, first of all, it's very raw, which is awesome. Secondly, the fact that you choose yourself, and you made the distinction of stepping away into this space, this is all metaphorical to me, but you step into this space, this hotel room, and there's nothing but you there. Sometimes we have to step away to see what's happening.
Right.
And then the other thing that you brought up, I never heard the term before, a compath, but my wife, I love it. My wife talks a lot about how the empathic was kind of a weakness coming out of 2012. You saw a lot of empath support groups, and I live with a narcissist and this and that. Right. And now it seems to be turning into a strength. The empathic abilities turning into a strength, no longer, hey, I'm trying to fit in. Why do I get everybody's stuff? I'll be a hermit, live by myself. And all that seems to be going away, which you're living proof of.
So I'm glad you brought that up. Definitely made the compath word. Definitely did. But it's because I had to transition. So in 2012, I told you I was brewing magic all over my damn stove, right? That was a bomb. And then 2014 is what we call the crash, because I always tell people I'm a shooting star, and when stars crash, it's a big fucking mess. And so I had a breakthrough, but to my family, it was a mental breakdown. So they put me in a mental home. They tried to put me on drugs. I was on drugs for a while, but then I got off everything. And then 2019 was the year that I met my soul tribe to a certain extent. I met other people who could tell me that 2014, 2012, 2013, they were all fucked up and in the hospital too. And I said, oh, so when I said that to my family, who had this whole time been afraid of me really being crazy, like they're card carrying crazy members of Kimrah. Like, she's crazy as shit. My dad is like, maybe you'll get it together at some point. He held space. Thank you, Daddy. But my mom's all like, here, take this medication and try to act like other people. Fuck that. So when I found those people in 2019, it was because my spirit guides told me, hey, it's time for you to be done with the hermit phase. Show yourself. And I said, ooh, because for 7 years, I was the Indigo Storm, parentheses, love, on Facebook. And if you search any Indigo Storm love stuff, you'll see me talking crazy for the last 7 years. Like, it's all over the internet. I don't care. But I had my alter ego down because of my strength and because of my light and because I overwhelm people with my energy, and my authenticity ain't for the fucking faint of heart. Like, if you're a pussy, it's not gonna work. Okay. Sorry. So,
I'm loving it. No problem.
So the thing is, that's what they told me. They said, Kimrah, it's time for you to get out there and meet the rest of your tribe. And so that's how I ended up on Facebook, being an admin for the Indigo Rising page. And when we're done with this, I'll share this on Indigo Rising, because that's the page that actually kept me sane in the beginning. Right, because they were the ones that pointed me towards the Indigo Starseed concept and, figuring out soul contracts and figuring out all of this crap. Like, if you don't try to figure out what your soul is doing in this body, your avatar, you get trapped in the process. So I'm a law of attraction person. I'm a law of attraction person. Apparently I need a new purse. I don't know.
No, you're calling in abundance.
I'm always calling in abundance, always, because I need more. And you do too. So y'all please help Todd. He's holding us down. Send him men. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. So I told them, they were like, get out there and do some shit. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know people. I don't know how to work on the internet. I don't even like people. Like, what do you want? They're always they're always dumping their emotions on me, right? Because I was an empath. I was like, God, I can't go anywhere without y'all just vomiting crap on me. I was like, is that wrestling? So I met the guy from Indigo Rising, and he was like, why don't you admin on this page? And I said, all right, cool, because I want to have my own page eventually. Let me practice with you. And so that's what I did. I spent a year practicing on that page before I ended up launching my own page, and then just slowly working through it. Like, every year during the Lionsgate, for those of you who are unaware, it's from it's July like 26th roughly to August 12th or 13th, depending on the astrology for the year. Okay. And if you're not aware of this, it's going to take you through the ringer. Okay. And so the purpose of those of us who woke up in 2012, 2011, 2013 is to be here now for the mass awakening of the planet. And there were people who woke up 8 years before that. So you need to watch your Venus cycles in astrology. Venus cycles are what wakes up light workers. Okay. We come in waves. If you're just waking up now, that's okay. You're part of the next wave that will change the people 8 years from now. Remember that like time is not linear, guys. Time is a flower that collapses in and on itself. So us 2012ers and 2008 and 2000 and was it 2002, 2012, 2020 are all years that are the same fucking year, guys. They're all the same. Like we were portaled in and we transitioned and we did stuff. And then you either collapsed and dropped and had to come back up, or you went up and you might be dropping now. It depends. So people like the Leo King on YouTube, who's a massive, amazing astrologer, he in 2008 was on the streets like you, and then came up with the concept of the Leo King, who does astrology and blah, 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 and music. So all of us do these things. So you were in the same position, Todd, I would say 2011-ish, right? So you're a little bit, so then it took you 2 years of your spirit walk, which brought you right into the 2013 insanity. And you're
it was I was a big contributor to the insanity. And to your point, and anyone this is one of the reasons we do the show, because people relaying their stories and experiences, there are waves, and there's a lot of people waking up now, and they may not know that there's a lot of support out there now, because it's not something you want to go out and tell people, hey, I see dead people or 12-foot angels or whatever else happens to you. But I want to say, and I've said this many times, I proved, which is not about me, but I proved by society's terms or family's terms, you can lose your fucking mind and still find the light.
Amen. You know? Please, I recommend you go lose your mind. Just remember, you got to come back out the other side. Don't fucking waste your energy staying lost. That's the problem. And this is what scares me right now, especially for a lot of people waking up in America, because they are so used to external information to get them where they have to go. And then they get caught in the middle of where the hell they're going. So this is where I was going to go with the law of attraction thing. So Abraham Hicks always says that if you're going from Phoenix to another place and your car breaks down in Yuma, you don't just give up on the whole fucking trip and turn back around and go back to Phoenix. You fix the car in Yuma and then keep going to your damn destination. But in the ascension process, people get stuck in the releasing of the traumas, and they don't keep going. They just regurgitate them and regurgitate them and regurgitate them. And I'm like, bro, the universe will regurgitate what the hell is bothering you until you fucking pay attention and heal it. Like, you have to clear, you have to admit, you have to suck up the shitty emotion, you have to cry it out, you have to cry a lot of it out. If you think I didn't cry for 3 whole weeks until I found this house, I cried for 3 whole weeks. 3 whole weeks. I spent 9 hours in the bathtub the first day after I realized that I was not being attacked anymore. And I cried. I cried my whole heart out. I cried from the pits in the bottom of death. And then I thought I was strong, so I sucked it up and gave myself costochondritis instead, because I wasn't done grieving. Yeah. And so that took another 2 weeks for me to really admit how fucking hurt I was, because I was hurt. Yeah. And I had what was like 30 different, it felt like someone sprayed my chest with bullets, with rubber bullets. And I had these big dots of just crap trauma in the fascia. And here's the thing, y'all think you're releasing stuff? Go press a part of your body that hurts and see if you don't get an emotion coming off of it. There is one, okay? And so for me to heal this situation with my mom and to recognize everything that had gone on and to admit that how hurt I really was. And then for me to be such a huge empath, I have a responsibility to others to not be overwhelming them with my sorrow. And for a long time, I've noticed that when I'm really sad, other people get extra sad too, which is horrible, because I channel the planet. I forgot about that. We should mention that part. Gaia Mother. Our mother is one of the things that I channel specifically. I also channel dead people, but that's a new thing, and they can hold on for now. It's not gonna, that's brand new. That's brand new. But I speak to dead people. I channel dead people. I channel the planet most importantly because she's the one that I love the most, and I'm a nature spirit. I'm elemental as all crap. And it comes with responsibility. It comes with responsibility that when you know that you're a loud broadcaster, you don't want to broadcast how sad you are. You don't. And the depth of my sorrow broke $725 worth of crystals instead of me having a heart attack. So that's what happened to me. Yeah. I broke crystals in ways that people have never seen crystals break. And they were like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, that really happened because my spirit guides took what was going to happen to my physical vessel and distributed it to my crystals instead. And I was like devastated about the crystals, but then I realized like, hey, stupid, that's your whole body that could have died. And I was like, oh, well, crystals, thanks for taking the hit. You know, I was like, fuck, now I got to replace all these damn crystals, but it's fine. You know, it's fine. I prefer the crystals to hurt than me. So that was what hurt me. And I did affirmations and I pressed each one of the parts that hurt and I let them go. And it hurt, man. It hurt, guys. It hurt. And we're having deep heart chakra activation. So people are having actual heart attacks. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to talk about it. It used to be, and Todd, I know you've heard this. It used to be that the spiritual awakening was supposed to simply be like a spiritual, mental thing, right? That nobody was actually going to physically die. No one was really going to physically get hurt. Bitch, bye. Okay? Listen. The spirit has transcended into the physical. The end. Gods and goddesses walk among us. Deities are among us. Dragon energy is fierce and slapping people left and right now. Right. And so it's not like sci-fi, but it's the energy of all these things. Our fairies are back. All of this stuff is back. Why? Because we opened up all of the Earth's chakras. If you're not aware that the Earth has chakras, well, be aware now. Because we are the same. As above, so below. As within, so without. We are a reflection of the mother. The mother is a reflection of us. We have chakras. She has chakras. She has meridians. We have meridians. Everything that happens to us happens to her. Why? We are extensions of her. We are fragments of the one goddess. We are fragments of the one God. We are all fucking one. So if you're confused about that, it's probably not the show for you, but that's okay. And, you'll get there eventually. My voice will activate the crap out of you and you're going to be like, damn, that girl is really, she's in my head. That's fine. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. I have this abrasive ass energy that is for your benefit and it's all good. I'm that intensive care bear who is going to love you right and slap you at the same time. I can curse you out and hug you all at once. It's fine. So that's how I get down. And so that's what I learned. I learned that if you want to survive this, you got to put down society and pick up yourself.
That's right. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Oh, that's the biggest killer. That's the biggest.
I mean, the energy of it, the energy behind it, look, we all have, the mother and the father thing is huge. We know that, I mean, that's a huge, huge deal. Then we get to a point where we realize our parents are just people. They just happen to be our parents. And maybe we had some standards for them as they had for us that were unfair, and that's all part of it. But I love being bold enough to talk about it, and not be personal about it. And you're just talking facts here. You're talking energy, and you pick yourself. You're following your guidance. You're not measuring yourself by the 3D paradigm systems of measurement. You're living in the energy field. You're embracing your role, your multiple roles, and you're going for it, man. Assholes and elbows, man. You just boom, 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 boom.
Assholes and elbows.
That's right. Get to work, man.
That's how it is. And it took me a while to understand that the reason, I didn't even have my face on Facebook. So let's talk about that, right? I didn't have my face on Facebook. I only did my first live maybe 3 months ago. I don't even know.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I am not a person. I'm from 1981, y'all. I am not a person who FaceTimes, who feels like I need to fucking see you for anything. Like, people are like, let's be friends. And I'm like, why? Like, I'm a hermit. Like, I'm a hermit. I don't like people, but I love everyone from afar, and I want all of you to be better. You know, like, period. Like, I'm good from a distance, guys. But in 3D, it's me and my husband and my daughter. The end.
Yeah.
The end. My circle is super small. I have that one friend that I told you about who always saves me when I'm screwed up, and God bless her and her mom, you know, and then they're few and far between. I have whittled everyone who is not in alignment with my soul purpose way the fuck out of my life. Period.
Yeah. And that's nothing personal there. That's just you're choosing your
It's nothing personal. But you have to be like, I can't lie. So if you want me to come and lie to you, then I distort my message. So how dare I disrespect my soul? My soul's purpose is to communicate, consult, and connect. How dare I disrespect my own soul purpose for your whatever your fucker is that says I gotta conform to, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Anyway, so I just don't. You know, like people will be like, oh, I want to be like you. I'm like, you're not ready. You need to stop lying to yourself. And then they get hurt when I say that. I'm like, well, the truth is the truth. And it'll come in multiple forms from whatever perspective that you're at. And you have to remember to meet people at their perspective. And that's where they are. And are you willing to drop your vibration to meet them at that level of perspective? I'm not. So screw you. Like that's like, I just did a live on Friday. It's called Faith and Fuck Yous. Why? Because listen, I was like, is somebody going to count how many fuck users in this like live? And that's what it was. It was because sometimes you have to say fuck you to people because they're not in your best interest.
With unconditional love.
And I do it with unconditional.
I know you do.
I do because I don't have nothing else anymore. I done cleared all the other crap out. Like what?
Just, I always say I'll see you on this side, the other side, or both. But either way, we're all gonna. We're all at the same party. And
thank you.
I still think sometimes, and I have for years, and I don't know, but I think sometimes, what if it's just a big cosmic joke? We're all beating at the same vibration, and it just doesn't look that way. I mean, like, how do we not know?
That is the joke. Yeah. This whole thing is a freaking circus. You're supposed to come in and laugh at these clowns and keep it stepping. What's the point? Like, I always tell people that. I'm like, I'm not better than you or anybody else. I'm not smarter than you or anybody else. I might be kind of smart, but at the end of the day, I'll just tell you, I don't know shit. I do what my spirit guides tell me. And because I listen to them, we get right every time. Because last year, August 1st, I was on disability and the universe kicked me off disability because they're like, time to fly, girl. And I was like, I need this little money from the government. You sure? Where am I going to get the money? Well, guess what? Today, August 24th, is the anniversary of me going back to work last year at a job I didn't want to fucking do, which sucked. But it allowed me to publish my book, marry my husband, start my company, get an LLC. And by December of last year, I had my health, life, and annuities license so I could sell life insurance if I wanted to, which I don't want to, but I can. Anybody needs life insurance in Florida, I can sell you some if you want it. That kind of thing. But I do spiritual work now. Now I coach people so that they can get rid of their self-love and issues. And like, you need to love yourself through this trauma and stop letting the trauma hurt you. Because they already hurt you. Let that shit go.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah. I'm like, stop shitting on yourself because someone shit on you. Like, let them have that. Ho'oponopono. Forgive, forget, love, laugh, and let's keep it stepping. We don't need all that crap. We don't need it anymore. And right now, the physical will become unbearable as you hold on to your trauma.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
Yeah.
And the rhetoric's only going to last so long, fellow colleagues in the Lightworker community, and I put myself there first and foremost. She said it at the top of the show, it's time to walk the talk. I've had enough. I think we've discussed it enough. I think enough has been disclosed. I think, even the stuff that's out there now that people are debating, and I keep saying this and I sound like a broken record, I don't have a position, but QAnon, Trump, Biden, vaccines, masks. You're either, as my wife says, you're either in creation or you're in distraction. Amen. And now we're at the PhD level. We really are, because we busted our ass. Give yourself some credit. And like you said, get to walking,
Yeah. No, you're right, because I saw that. Let's see, in early March, the Spirit showed me the light worker split. So I was prepped for the QAnon and all that stuff. And many of my friends I had to withdraw from because they wanted to go down rabbit holes that were distracting them from the truth of where the fuck you need to go, which is inside. So anything that doesn't tell you to go inside, that ain't it. The end. Right. I don't have positions on none of that. None of it. Because guess what? That's irrelevant. None of that shit that y'all are talking about out there is going to feed your family, is going to heal your traumas, and is going to get you through the next year, which is going to be an epic shit show. A lot of people are like, oh, 2020 was such a bad year.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, it's not even over yet. The worst of the year is on
August. 3 weeks of August have combined to be a bigger in volume than the previous 7 months.
Thank you. And people don't even realize that October is really our cracking point. So y'all are behind. Yeah. Get in the know by getting in touch with your spirit, because that's the only way you can navigate this shit show. Because this is a 3D shit show. And if you're not working this 5D lane, because this is what I am. I'm a bridge to 5D. Period. End of story. Because you don't need to be in this fuckery. You can totally skate through this if you're not distracted, if you're not out here, if you're not chasing traffic, if you're not, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're not focused in here. Get in here. Get in your heart. Get in your gut. Get in your brain. Line all that shit up, and you will be right. And that's all. And there's nothing you need to talk about. There's nobody else you need to see. Like, I mean, some things, obviously, you have deeper trauma. Please go get a coach. Go get an energy healer. Go get some other stuff, because you obviously need help. I had a Reiki healer. She helped me immensely. And now I'm a Reiki level 2 practitioner. I'm going to get my Reiki masters so I can help teach other light workers get right. But at the end of the day, like you said, this is my PhD level, because I have been now 9 years in the trenches, completely humiliated, totally broke, body broken, and healed all the way back.
Right on.
So, I mean, if y'all complain and pretend that I can't do that, it's just so okay, keep arguing for your limitations. You do that. But
and I think, inherently, innately, everybody wants to serve, and there's nothing better that you can do than to do what she's saying, because that's the greatest as within, without, as within, as without. So there's nothing you can do to contribute to the collective experience, transformation, elevation, expansion, whatever you want to call it, than to do you. Do you.
Yeah. Heal yourself, heal the world, guys. That's my freaking motto. I truly believe it. And I have truly lived it. And I have truly transformed my life. And I just want to say, guys, I had really bad food allergies. Really bad. Like, I couldn't eat meat. I couldn't eat eggs. I couldn't eat milk. I couldn't eat cheese. Couldn't eat, did I say wheat already? Yeah. I couldn't eat all those things, right? And in the month since I left my mother's house and I've done all the affirmations and I released all the pain, I can eat whatever the fuck I want to, guys. So the idea of not comprehending that this toxic environment is physically affecting you, them days are gone. You have to listen to your body, guys. Your body is on your side. Please listen to your body. Go get the book, You Can Heal Your Life. Go get in here and do these freaking affirmations. Change your diet. Just do what you got to do. Drink some alkaline water, people, because alkaline water will take disease out of your body. If you become alkaline, there is no more disease. So if you're over here talking about I've got fibromyalgia, diagnosed with that. You're talking about I got chronic pain disorder, I was diagnosed with that. You're talking about I got bipolar disorder, I was diagnosed with that. You're talking about you got ADHD, diagnosed with that. You're talking about I have GERD, diagnosed with that. You're talking, my disorders are fucking retarded. I have a whole stack like this. I threw them shits out the window. Fuck all that. I choose health, I choose wealth, I choose abundant, I choose love, and I choose myself. And you know who chose? Spirit did. And God bless. Amen.
That's right. And what are you going to do? I mean, we can either go forth impaired, or we can go down swinging.
I'm going down swinging.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
And I love what you said too. I think it's important to add too, because we made a joke about it. Probably, I don't know what the numbers would be, but we got 100 plus people on the platforms right now watching this, and I guarantee you that a majority of them have been either accused, committed to the psych ward, put on medication. Some of us incarcerated, whatever the case is. You're not crazy, and there's been plenty of people come on this year in particular that have told me. We had a guy on last week, an incredible guy named David, and he came off meds. He came off those distinctions that they gave him, and people are doing this. I'm not saying everybody has to keep their own counsel and seek what help that resonates with you, but there are people that are removing the stigma of what society has created in terms of these people that have a vision into the other side. Now now they have a place of support and a place that they can thrive. So don't get discouraged. Your family's telling you, this, telling you that, you're not crazy. Okay.
I tell my clients that first and foremost. When I just meet people, I'd be like, hey, you're not crazy. That's one. You want to talk about crazy? I've seen some crazy shit. Some real crazy shit. I've seen so much crazy shit that I can't even go and tell you how crazy half the stuff is. And then crazy stuff happens to me every 20 seconds. So who cares? Who would have thought I'd be channeling dead people? Why? I was just trying to do Reiki. That didn't work. What the fuck? Go away. But you need to understand that it's up to you to choose your experience. And once you recognize, here's the thought pattern that is keeping you small. I'm going to just give you guys this gift. The thought pattern that is keeping you small is that there is something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with you. Never. There's nothing wrong with you. You came here for a purpose. You came here for a reason. You have triggers from your soul contract that you're meant to figure out. Your diagnoses is a tour guide to your ascension, period. Yeah. That's all it is. Being ADHD was because I was never in this realm. Not ever. And then when I looked at my astrology chart, they were like, haha, if someone had grabbed you by the neck the wrong way, you would have died because you're half in the spirit world. I said, oh shit, you're right. I've almost died 25 times. Seriously, I'm accident, bitch. Let's talk about it. There's nothing wrong with you. When you think there is, you create the wrong, and then your body will play it out because the law of attraction will only do what you're broadcasting. Yeah. So you need to be aware of what you're broadcasting. Then there's thousands of layers to your broadcast level. That's what coming into alignment is. When you come into alignment, you broadcast at one solid frequency. And then you're not grabbing all this random crap. You know what I'm saying? But before all of that, you were just your default programming. So your default programming is going to grab whatever the fuck, what hurts you. So that's what you're broadcasting. Once you can take that default programming out of the way, then you're going to broadcast at just a solid state. So now when I broadcast, I'm not broadcasting anything but pure, simple, raw love. That's what the fuck I am, and that's what I walk, and that's what I do, and I don't bother anything else. And people are like, do you want me to lie to you? And I'm like, fuck you. I blocked somebody because he wanted me to lie to him. Yeah. I said, I don't have to help you. But if you want my help, you can't tell me how I'm going to help you. Oh, don't tell me that your spirit got me. Fuck you. Block. Mm-hmm. You want my help.
See, you're just like me. This is the reason I'm not a practitioner, because I hit people right between the eyes. I've learned to be a little bit, but really, how much more discussion do we need to have? Does everybody understand that we're eternal souls? That means you don't die. Then why would you be fearful of anything outside yourself? Does everybody understand that truth is stranger than fiction from the human perspective? Does everybody understand that we are all these things? But if we don't bring the human into alignment by its free will, aligning with universal will, which is also the collection of all of our multidimensional aspects, then we are missing the boat. The human is both the mission and the prize. Exactly. And as we say here, the human is the fucking hero, because we signed up to do this job, and we cannot take a shortcut. You cannot miss a step on the soul highway. No. And this is why the raw works so well, And thank you for all the channelings and downloads and transmissions and light language and everything else that comes through. But this is where it really happens here. And
Right.
thank
And
you.
that's why you don't see me doing a lot of that extra stuff. Not because it's not relevant, because when people do light language, it's for them to learn how to express their divinity. And that's
Absolutely. Light language is awesome.
those
Light
things.
language is awesome. But when somebody sits here and tells me, hey, I just, was homeless, or I was in a fetal position, and, especially if they've, publicized their divine episodes and divine communions, and there's an obviousness that they are connected, but we're still human. We're still human. And this is the goal. Like you said, we're gods and goddesses in the flesh.
And get right. Damn it, get right. Understand your divinity. Please. Just understand your divinity, and then remember that when you're in energy, right, this is the reward to be in the physical. Because even in twin flame energies, which I don't like to talk about because they made it such a shit show in the news, but in twin flame energy, twin flames are never actually together in the ethereal plane. It's a gift to come together in physical form as twin flames and find each other. So when you do, there's so much shit to work through because of the nature of two dynamic, big energies coming together. So it's like two supernovas joining. I always call twin flames like catastrophic twin supernovas. It's 4 energies, not just 2, because it's that divine power plus the human power, and it smashes into each other. So your relationships are like that. You smash and then you expand like a supernova, and you smash again and you expand. And my husband and I broke up 11 fucking times before we got married, guys. But he's my twin flame soul.
This is how it goes, though. And
But he's the only one I've ever done that foolishness with. Let's talk about the real truth, because he's the actual person for me, but he expanded me. And I said, there's something about the way you expanded me. And then he rises whenever we separate to my occasion. So as long as I hold that high vibe, he'll meet me. And that's how I knew I could keep him. So when we got married, we weren't on a problem. It was like, we've already broke up 11 times. Who cares? We should figure out if we can do this adventure of staying together, because that was actually the reward. But I had my own shit show issues. Like, I had sexual trauma. I had, self-worth issues. I had the toxic parent problem. So I wasn't good at receiving love. I had too much big dick energy, as I call it. I had I had this overabundance of divine masculine energy from protecting myself from trauma. So you'll see that. And so that's what people need to understand. Like, it's individualized, man. Get off the internet, y'all. Even though I'm on it all the time, get off the internet.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Happy hours early this week. It's usually on Friday, but today.
Oh, no, I come out the gate swinging. We're happy today.
At 3 p.m. on Monday. Is there anything you want to do? Do you want to do some light language? You want to connect? You want to do a blessing? You want to do a song and dance? Whatever.
Let me do a blessing.
Before we ever get...
We could always use a blessing, right? So let me think about everything. All right, guys, what are we going to give them? Because I like to do a little activation love sometimes, And what do we need today? Oh, the card I pulled. So I pulled one card today, and it says transmute, right? Because I call myself a spiritual alchemist. I transmute so much fucking crap, it's ridiculous. So when you're transmuting things, guys, you need to remember, like, ground and center yourself, right? So let's bring it in real quick. First and foremost, always do your breathing. You want to connect, get some breathing on. Do 3-6-9 breathing, do some infinity breath. We're going to take 4 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And usually right then, you should feel the hum coming into your body, guys. And the best thing you ever want to do is take a moment to love yourself. So let's just love on ourselves. So that's how I talk to myself. I say, hey, cells in the body of Kimrah, I am the goddess Kimrah. Hello, body, I love you. And I'll hold myself and I'll say, body, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You woke me up today, body. We walked to the bathroom. I didn't pee myself on the way to the bathroom. I didn't trip. I didn't hurt myself. Thanks, body. You got this navigation thing down. Body, I'm hungry. You fed me. We ate. We're full. I don't have a stomachache. Good job, body. Thank you for accepting this nourishment. Body, you're thirsty? Let me feed you some water. Oh, this blessed liquid. Oh, thank you for blessing me with the waters. You know how much water we are, guys? We're so much water. When you drink water, bless the water so it can bless you. So you just think to yourself, so refreshing to be here. It's so amazing to be here. The divine parents, they're the best parents ever. Why? Because they love me unconditionally. It doesn't have anything to do with my real parents. They tried their best. They didn't know what they were doing. God bless them. All is well. But you, my divine parents, I welcome you into my life. I welcome the support. I welcome the love. I welcome the holding. I welcome the Divine Mother as she holds me in her arms so that I feel safe. I feel secure. I feel abundant. And I know that all things will come to me as long as I get out of my fucking way. It's always easy, right? So I ask, please help me get out of my own way. Please help me change. Please help me open up. Please help me receive. Please let me be love. Please let me be joy. Please let me be me, because me is amazing. And I love me. And all my cells love me back. And they've been working assiduously, ardently, deeply to talk to me about what I need so that we can get right. So this whole ship and this whole thing and this whole avatar will be just fine. And I thank my archangels for that because they're always with me. So I like to call Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Uriel and Archangel Jophiel because those are all my favorite angels. And I love them. And I tell them, thank you so much for loving me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for holding me in my sorrow. Thank you for guiding me out of the darkness. Thank you for not letting me fall into stupid pitfalls. Thank you for slapping me on the head when I'm being a retard. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you can't just be thankful for one thing, be thankful that you caught this live. All right? Amen.
Right on. Right on. Well, I'll be, where do people find you? What's the name of your page on?
My page is Silver Lining Spirals.
What is it?
Lining Spirals.
Silver Lining Spirals.
Yep. Silver Lining Spirals. And you know who gave me that name?
Silver
My spirit guide.
Lining Spirals.
Yep.
It's her page. It's her Facebook page.
It's my Facebook page. You can also find me on Instagram. But I do most of my lives on Facebook.
Right on.
And I do them every Friday afternoon unless something really goes awry. Like the week that I was going to do a live on suicide was the week that I wanted to kill myself. So we were like, no, let's cancel that. I was like, take a nap instead.
Everybody hear that? Even, at this point.
Can I honestly say, Todd, that I think us light worker leaders, and I'm safe to say that I am one, we go through it the worst, actually, to be honest, and so I have my moments where I want to off myself. I just know better. Yeah. The end. I know that that is not what I'm here for. I know that I'm simply processing something so deeply and that I am not allowing myself to let it go, which is why I'm feeling so bogged down. So instead of doing the live on suicide, I went to the ocean and I cried into the ocean and I asked the mother to wash it away from me. And I laid in Epsom salt baths and I cried some more. And I asked the mother to take my sorrow and I laid in crystals and I put, smoky quartz. Guys, if you're having problems with suicide, grief, anxiety, death, smoky quartz. Go get you a huge chunk of that and line your whole crevice with it. Stick it in your butt. Do what you got to do. But just put crystals on you because if they work, they work. If you need oils, put them on you. Do what works, but stop pretending that you need a doctor and a prescription to get right. Everything you need is in nature, and you just got to ask Gaia. She'll fucking give you what you need. Now get out the way so you can get it. Period. Because as soon as I got out of my way and I went to my homegirl's house and I laid in her garden, I stuck my hands in the earth, 4 days later I had a place to live. The fuck? Like, I just had to get out of my way. I knew that. Trust me. I told my client on Sunday morning as I'm doing a live or as I'm doing her Zoom session from my car, because my clients were with me through this whole thing. I'm running client sessions any damn way, and my clients are like worried about me. And I'm like, don't worry. I got faith and they got me and we'll get through this. But thanks for loving me, and that was that. And the next week I was like, I'm in a home and they were like, we're so happy. And I'm like, yes, baby, I just had to get out of my own way. That's it.
We got this.
We got this, guys. And all of you do too. Plus, please, if you need my help, hey, reach out. I got you. But You need to know that you need help. Don't be with the bullshit. Don't think that I'm gonna lie to you in the half-ass. Okay, you want change? I got you. If you want to sit here and put your foot around, that's not me. There's some other softer light worker for you. This is another softer light worker, not me. I'm the intensive care bear. I will beat you into loving submission. Okay, and you will be right when you're done.
I have a feeling that she runs a fast track curriculum. Thank you so much, beloved sister. It's been a tremendous honor sharing space with you. I look forward to doing it with you again later in the year. If you're open to it, I'm going to go to your page, check you out, see what's happening, and I'll be in touch with you. All right.
Absolutely, Todd. Thank you so much. And I look forward to co-creating with you again. All right. Have a great day.